The year is 2004. I just watched Spider-Man fight Doc Ock in the movie theater, and a new Halo game recently released to the masses. Both are hailed not only as a fantastic sequel, but would later be regarded as the best in their respective series. But as a child, I only got to experience one of these great works of fiction that year. I've said it before, but I didn't grow up with the Halo series, and only recently did I even play the first one. But now, the year is 2022, and things have changed. I just watched Spider-Man fight Doc Ock in the movie theater, and a new Halo game recently released to the masses. And while Spider-Man was able to recapture the spirit of the character and remind us why we love him, Halo has been on something of a decline lately, from a TV show that everyone hated to canceling the co-op for Halo Infinite. So, I think it's time I take a trip back to a simpler time and give Halo 2 a much-requested look. So, I sat down, booted up the Master Chief Collection, and experienced Halo 2 18 years after the fact. So what did I think? Was this game worth the wait?
Yes! Hell yeah! Hey, come on, baby! Come on! Yes! Come on! Ah!
Like many great sequels, Halo 2 goes bigger and better in almost every regard. Remember in Halo 1 when you started on a big ship? Well, Halo 2 starts on a massive space station. You're going about your business when the Covenant shows up and starts killing everyone because you blew up their fancy space jewelry in the last game. So you have to fight your way through this Sevastopol-sized military installation, fighting off dozens of familiar enemies. Then, just when you've relearned how to play the game, you find out that the Covenant stuck a massive bomb on the station, so you have to step into open space and make your way to the part of the station where it is, but when you get there, you realize you can't disarm it and timer's running out, so you drag the bomb into the airlock and ride it through the vacuum of space, hurling it right at the Covenant's own ship like a missile, and watch as it blows up in this huge, glorious explosion. That was just the first level. But then, later in the game, you have to make your way through the city being attacked by Covenant forces, and you discover this behemoth-looking spider tank destroying everything in its path. As the level goes on, you keep narrowly avoiding getting obliterated by this thing until you end up above it and can drop onto its deck, killing the Covenant soldiers on board and saving the city. Did I say this happened later in the game? I lied to you just now. I'm sorry. I don't want to be a liar. That was the second level.
I'm a badass! I'm a badass! I'm a badass!
Remember in the first game when you drive the car early on? Well, this time, drive a tank. Remember when you can only hold one gun in Halo 1? Well, you can hold two gun now. These are both things that you could do in GoldenEye for the Nintendo 64, but it's still cool. I do feel it peaks somewhere early in terms of level design. Those first two levels were incredible, but after them you discover a second Halo ring and land there, and the game goes back to a lot of the things you saw in the first game. It's okay though, because where the last game was mostly carried by its gameplay for me, this game is definitely carried by its story. You know what you can't do in GoldenEye? Play as two characters through the course of the story. See, it's called Halo 2, so you play as like two guys this time. It's like a funny little quirk of game design, you know. See, after you destroyed the Halo in Halo, the Covenant's leaders, called Prophets, I guess, decide that this guy didn't do such a good job of stopping you from doing that, so they strip him of his rank and throw him in prison. But then they're like,
"You're fired!"
"We found another Halo ring."
"Oh, right, you're unfired. I need you. Come here."
They make him an Arbiter, which basically means like a really important warrior. So as you go through the game, you play as Master Chief, who again wants to destroy the Halo rings, which, if I didn't say in my last video, they're basically super weapons that destroy life on a galactic scale. But you also play as the Arbiter, who wants to prevent that from happening. This setup, this duality, is where the game truly hooked me. The UNSC very much embodies the tactical, impersonal militaries of the modern world. They view combat and war as their duty, and approach it with an attitude that can only be summarized as, well,
Hoorah!
But the Covenant, specifically the elites, call back to an era long gone. They're reminiscent of both Crusaders, fighting their wars in the name of the religion they have devoted themselves to, but also of samurai, seeing battle, even dying in battle, as a testament to their honor. When the Arbiter has everything taken away from him, he doesn't lash out or cry for revenge. He takes his punishment with dignity, fully believing in the cause he follows. As the story goes on, however, the Arbiter learns that his holy mission is built on lies, and comes to realize the blindness of himself and those he follows.
This thing is right. Halo is a weapon. Your prophets are making a big mistake.
Your ignorance already destroyed one of the sacred rings, demon. It shall not harm another.
He doesn't turn good, but his eyes are open to a new perspective, and he must learn what it is he wants and what he believes in. He has to side with those he once saw as enemies in order to stop his Covenant brothers from destroying everything they believed they were fighting for. In a way, the Arbiter is the main character of the game, with Master Chief playing in a supporting role, Just make sure you remember which team you're currently on.
Why do that?
The story was just so fun to experience in this one, and that's definitely helped by these gorgeous cutscenes. These things look great. I got a comment on my last video asking if I played the game with the old graphics or the anniversary graphics. I played the first game with the original graphics because it's my understanding that the anniversary ones ruin the atmosphere in a lot of areas, but I gotta say that this game's anniversary graphics are pretty spectacular, most of the time. When it comes to things like space, I think the new graphics are easily better and sell the atmosphere perfectly, but then when you have to enter this creepy, decrepit hotel, the old graphics show off the darkness and tension much better. Though later in the game, the new graphics do a good job of that too, so I guess just play with whichever ones you prefer. Remember how I said that the last game was so difficult in the later levels that it almost ruined the fun for me? Well, I have sort of the opposite problem with this game. The final boss died so easily that I thought it was a fake out, but no, he just went out in under a minute. It was really jarring and caught me and I'm sure the Arbiter off guard.
What was that?
Death.
What kind?
Instant.
There was no sound, he just died.
Yeah.
The game also ends on a cliffhanger, with the biggest war in the galaxy about to break out. So I guess I'll have to play Halo 3 if I want to find out how this whole thing ends. Right? Halo 2 surpasses the original in every way I can think of. The gameplay is better, the characters are more interesting, the story is more engaging, and the music just shreds in the background as you face impossible odds. I don't know when I'll get to Halo 3, but I promise you, one day, I'll sit down on my couch, I'll grab my controller, and when I turn on my Xbox one more time, it'll be like,
You mind telling me what you're doing on that ship?
Sir, finishing this fight.